Hi guys, Darth Deuces here with another figure review, taking a look at the very awesome ThreeZero Transformers Bumblebee movie DLX or Deluxe Soundwave figure. If you're familiar with ThreeZero at all, their Transformers line has been nothing short of absolutely amazing, and their figures are works of art. These figures are absolutely amazing. I have the Bumblebee Optimus, which I think I reviewed a few months ago, or maybe half a year ago at this point, which absolutely blew me away. And this one also blew me away. This figure is really awesome. It's awesome they even made it because Soundwave appears in the movie for like a minute maybe. But it's an awesome, super awesome design that I'm really cool was made in such an awesome high quality form of figure. Moving them back here real quick. So yeah, let's just kind of dive right on into it, I guess, with kind of the details and the sculpt and all that. Not going to go too in depth or anything. You kind of see with your eyes, and there's a lot to go on about, but move my light here a bit. But yeah, there's a lot of really great stuff going here. I really do like the design. It has, all that G1 sort of look, but realistic in a better way that the Bayformers movie did it, although I have nothing against those designs personally. But yeah, that head looks awesome, dude. Absolutely awesome. And he does have the signature LED light up eye feature that all the figures have. And you turn it on, and Soundwaves is very well done. I don't know if it's just because he has a larger sort of visor to let the light pass through, or if it actually has a stronger light, but he has a very bright red eyes, as you can see. I have like my lights on for the review, and you can still clearly see he has LED lights there. I'm turning off one of the lights. You can see they glow really nicely, which looks awesome. The batteries are not included, but they do take LR44 batteries, which are fairly common button batteries. You've got the turret here. You can actually rotate this, and you can bend it back. You can get a decent amount of posability on it. You got all the great sculpted detail, and paint work is just absolutely insane. I can't even hope to cover it all. You're just gonna have to see for yourself. The inner frame of the figure is die-cast metal, and there's some other die-cast metal parts like this bit here, I believe, is die-cast metal, the little arm for the gun. So it adds a lot of heft and weight to the figure, which is very cool. Lots of just different brushing detail. I mean, the paint detail and sculpt detail on these figures is absolutely insane. You're basically getting a statue that they somehow engineered articulation into. Yeah, it's just crazy. The colors, everything just looks super good. You got the Decepticon logo there. You can open up there. You just got some kind of interesting kind of details going on there. No sculpt work, just kind of flat. There's a reason for that. You can probably already guess. Comes with his minion. I'll show that off later. Then down here, you kind of got the reminiscent of the Walkman buttons, but obviously it doesn't turn into the cassette player because this is a Cybertronian mode. We never see him on Earth. We got the white, all this wash and line detail is just super crazy. All this mechanical detail underneath the armor plates over is just insane, super crazy. These bits here on the waist are actually rubber, so it lets you do more articulation. And you got the back, looks super, super good. There's all this crazy detail. It's just, I can't, put into words like how detailed these figures are. Absolutely super cool. It's been a real challenge to not buy this, to not to go all in on these figures, but they are fairly expensive. So I only have Optimus and Soundwave, and I'm probably gonna stop there unless I do a Shockwave. And she's Shockwave, and if they end up doing Starscream, I might do that, get that too. I don't know, but I wouldn't mind getting the. I wouldn't mind getting the Bumblebee and the Blitzwing too. That's the thing. And down there, even the feet are decently detailed. You have the ThreeZero logo on the bottom of his toe there, I guess you could say. The yellow highlights are nice. Yeah, it's just really crazy detail. But you can see that for yourself. I'm not going to spend too much time pointing every single little bit of detail out. We'd be here forever. We'd be here literally all day if I pointed out every single little detail. You can take my word and just look with your eyes that it looks absolutely amazing. In terms of articulation, you know, this guy is super articulated. This guy's got crazy articulation. There is a bit of a learning curve, I suppose. There's some things you need to know how to do, I guess, or you need to kind of get a feel for these figures before you articulate them, because you need to move some parts around sometimes to articulate them the way you want to. But you do have ball joints at the top of the head and then at the base of the neck there, so you get a decent amount of motion. His head rotation is actually much better than Optimus's is. There's not a whole lot of junk there. These shoulder pads move up. You know, you can move the arm like crazy up. Like, it's crazy how far this goes up. There's even a little bit of detail in there. It goes up a crazy amount. You pull that out. There's this little piece here comes out to allow for articulation. You can butterfly a bit. You get rotation. You get double hinge at the elbow, which is really nicely engineered. So it goes past 90, which is crazy. You do get the waist. Let me push these guys out. You get the waist rotation. You do kind of have to move out these little bits in the front here. But unlike Optimus, which actually had a few parts that pop out, I have not yet had a piece on Soundwave pop out while articulating him, which is really good. But you move that out of the way. You can rotate the waist a bit. Nothing crazy. It does stop at a certain point. You have the waist crunch, which crunches a fair amount, and you get that awesome kind of spinal detail in the back, which is really, really cool. That sculpt detail is hidden underneath there. That's really awesome. For the legs, these panels here, you can see them moving. You can actually pull these panels out completely, which I'd recommend doing if you're going to articulate the legs at all, and then putting them back into place so you can actually kick the legs out. You know, do all the crazy stuff with it, and then you can put the legs back. There's a bit of rotation there. One thing that's really awesome is you can, when you're bending the leg, double hinged, bend the leg, and then the armor, this actually shifts with the movement. That is super cool. I love it when robots can do stuff like that, like on Gundam model and stuff. That's awesome. Like that, I just love doing that. That's so cool. That's a detail and a part of the engineering. Yeah. Straighten it back out. So yeah, knee articulation. I don't know if there's anything too crazy down below here. I mean, you do get your ankle pivots. There's nothing, the pivot's not crazy, but it's there. You can bend it out. You can bend it forward a lot, actually. You did hear a little bit of snap. There's just like some shifting pieces and whatnot. I did hear a snap there, but nothing broke, so which is good, obviously. But sometimes you might hear some little noises. I don't think you have to be worried about it, though. Just have to kind of realign his junk here. But yeah, it's really well articulated. Obviously, I didn't show you anything crazy poses, but trust me, you can do basically anything you want with these guys, pose-wise. They've got crazy pose ability. And if you own any of these figures, you already know that. In terms of accessories, I guess we'll move on to that. He does come with the standard ThreeZero stand. I'll move Soundwave back a bit. Which, you know, it's kind of like what some of the Gunpla action bases. But, you know, it's got decent details. It's got ThreeZero Transformers Bumblebee on it. You can do certain things. You can, you know, adjust this and lock it. You can pull this up. You can put it down. The panel comes out of his ass, and then you can plug it in his ass, basically. And then you can do like aerial poses and whatever with this stand if you so desire. I don't fully trust these for aerial poses for how heavy these figures are, I'll be honest. But aside from that, they're fairly sturdy stands. So I'll put that off the side there. You get hand options. So obviously you can see he's got the hands on him that are fists. That's how he has them in the box. You get a pair of relaxed / kind of weapon support hands. All these hands are nicely detailed. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. You get a pair of like widespread, more action-oriented kind of hands. Very cool. You get a pair of trigger hands. This is for the left side, the other one's on his gun. And you get the one command hand, they call it, which he has the two fingers out, kind of like, you know, pointing to do something, or putting it on his top of his torso to open up his compartment, I guess. Although he doesn't have a button or anything, which I assume is accurate to the movie. You get his rifle. I think they call it concussion rifle or sonic rifle or something, I can't remember. But nothing too crazy, but it is really nicely detailed and painted. Obviously, it's fairly different from his actual gun from G1, but I don't really mind that. I think it looks really cool. The barrel is hollow, and I think you might actually be able to put like the Transformers siege effect parts in there if you wanted to do that, or release some of them. So that's kind of cool. And then kind of his biggest, kind of coolest accessory is you do get Ravage. And he is actually, this figure doesn't transform. I didn't cover that before. He does not transform. This is not a transformable figure. But Ravage actually is. I mean, he just transforms into a cube, but he does transform. And you can open up the compartment there, and you can put him in, and you can close it up. And then there you have Ravage stored in there if you so desire, which is a very cool feature. But I don't want to store Ravage in there. I want to display Ravage, of course, because it's another crazy looking figure. And he's fairly simple. He just kind of has a few tabs. You can kind of just untab him, tab his limbs, kind of, and then just kind of fold them out, honestly. It's very simple to do. And then you can pose them up. I'm not going to do a crazy good job here. I don't want to waste too much time, but, you know, do the thing, transform the stuff, pose the stuff up, and then you have Ravage. But you're not completely done yet because, you know, he does have a little bit of parts forming. You do have to put on a few more accessories. You get this little, I don't know if this is supposed to be like missiles or something. You just tab that on his back there, and then his signature little gunnies that go on his hips. They just, they just plug in to his hips there, like so. And then you got his guns, I guess. And there's Ravage. He's very cool. Got nicely painted eyes. You know, again, it's the same stuff. You know, insane detail. You got white and red there, which I actually really like the look of that. With the gunmetals, the kind of sort of black sort of look. The white tail. Looks very good. You can actually, if I can do it, you can actually articulate his jaw. So you can have him mouth open, which is very nice. The articulation is not crazy on him. You know, you can bend the knees a little bit. You can rotate around the legs, hinge the feet a bit. Nothing too crazy, but you can get some posing out of him, which is very cool. I think he looks awesome. He looks great with good old Soundwave there. There we go. That's all the accessories. So the only thing I want to do now is a little just quick size comparison. Give you guys a sense of size and whatnot. So I believe these figures are said to be around the 11.5 inches tall, so close to the 12-inch mark. They're not 6 scale figures in the sense that they're not true 1/6 scale. This doesn't take 6 to make a full Soundwave. It would take like 100 or something. But these fit really nicely, and if you have if you collect Hot Toys or whatever, they fit nicely into a 6 scale collection because they're about the same size as those figures. But here he is with a 6-inch figure, just so you get an idea. He's a lot bigger, of course. And with another ThreeZero figure, my only other one I have, Transformer-wise, move Soundwave off to the side here. Just going to fit him. We have the awesome, equally awesome, or pretty much equally awesome, Optimus Prime. They're about the same size. You see how they look together. They look awesome together. I will say that Optimus has a couple pieces that will pop off when you articulate them, potentially if you're not paying attention, whereas Soundwave has none of those issues as far as I have had so far. Optimus's hands are also way harder to put on the wrists than the Soundwave. They improved that. The Soundwave hands are so much easier to swap in and out. But you can see how they size together. They're about the same height. I just draw the Stormtrooper, but the Soundwave's definitely bulkier. Soundwave be juicing out here. Optimus got to get on those gains. Yeah, very cool. So let me just, actually I don't need to move Optimus out of the way. I'll keep looking at him because he's an awesome figure as well. That's all I gotta say with the Soundwave figure. It's absolutely awesome. If you're a Transformers fan, if you like high-end 6-scale stuff, and you like Soundwave a lot like I do, one of my favorite characters, a lot of people's favorite characters because he's awesome. You like the Bumblebee movie, you can afford it, blah, blah, blah. I recommend picking this guy up 100%. Super awesome figure. Shouldn't be too hard to get now or soon or now. I don't think it should be too hard to get. Yeah, definitely buy it if you can get it. It's super cool. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next one.